Hey there, Aaron Cloyd from Whitetail Weekly. I am out here on my 1 week long Rut-cation. I'm pretty excited about having this opportunity. This is my first full day. I hunted this morning. We're chasing one buck in particular, the buck we call Halo, which if you follow us, you've heard me talk about him and you've seen me show pictures of him in the past. So he's the only buck on camera that I'm chasing. I've been told on the north end of our farm, there's several good bucks down there, which doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of bedding this time of year. You get a lot of bucks in there. I've been told there's several good bucks and one in particular, a very large buck. I'm assuming that large buck is Halo. I saw 2 bucks yesterday in my sit, but didn't get a super look at either of them. Could see enough to know that they were, nice bucks, but couldn't quite, tell exactly. But I just popped into this little food plot kind of staging area that we have, and there's multiple scrapes here. I'll flip this camera around and show them to you. We're gonna head out again further to the back edge of this field down this way and check this camera. But I see multiple scrapes and a pretty nice rub all in this plot, so we'll take a look here. Let me flip the camera around. This scrape here looks moderately fresh, maybe not super fresh as in last night, but pretty fresh. We got a nice scrape here, looks about the same, maybe worked yesterday at some point. And that nice rub right there, I can guarantee you was not here last week, so that's new within the last handful of days at least. And then I believe got some deer droppings I just stepped over top of. You can see we got a ladder stand up there watching this. My father-in-law sat there this morning, said he saw several deer, but they were all out in the field. None of them were in here. But there's also a rub down here. There's one, or a scrape rather, not a rub. There was one there, but it doesn't look like it's been worked much. But this here definitely looks much fresher. So, and then there was one back in there as well when we were here last week, but that one doesn't look like it's been hit. So, there again, there's our ladder stand. So, definitely some action here in this little food plot. Not sure what's going on there. Looks like maybe a scrape there too. Something. Kind of a weird spot, but you can see all the leaves blowing back and everything. Someone was in here sowing his oats, feeling a little frisky apparently. So we'll flip this camera around and get back to our walk. Well, as you can see, I shot another scrape right here too. So that's one. What do we have? 2, 3, 4, 5, all relatively fresh scrapes in this little tiny staging area you can see behind me. So definitely someone hanging out in here. Yeah, there's another. That rub's been there now that I look at it, but rub there, and you can see some of the broken branches down by that scrape too, where they're busting off. Definitely been active in there. And then obviously this opens right up into this big alfalfa plot. So, or alfalfa field. It's not really a plot, obviously. But we're gonna run back. We'll grab this camera. Holy cow. Another rub that was not here a week ago. Take a look at this guy. Shined right up. That was not there a week ago when my son and I were here. So definitely been some activity here, which is no surprise obviously this time of year. So good to see though. Like I said, we'll run back, grab this camera, see what's on it, and slide on out of here. We haven't seen in person any big bucks through here, but we have seen a few small bucks, and that could be the source of these. Here's another cluster of rubs right there. So definitely a lot of activity along this edge. A lot of times that activity right on the edge is at night, so somewhat tempered in my enthusiasm, but still good to see. And there's a big rub back here that was here last week. I'll see if I can get in here. I'm trying to keep an eye into the woods and make sure I'm not running anybody out of here. But there's two pretty nice. Oh, and a scrape too. You flip this camera around again. So there you can see scrape wasn't look particularly fresh, but that's a big rubbed up tree, and there's another. That guy's hit up a little bit too. Oh, I can see a couple more back in there as well. So, yep, I can see some more kind of in this direction too. There's a couple more. So, definitely a lot of activity here in the last few weeks, which again is no real surprise. But lots of deer in this area. Oh, there's another scrape. Just about to step on it. Man, it's well, let's see what the camera shows. I guess I've kind of built up some anticipation now for this camera check. But we'll see. Anyhow, while we're walking here, the goal of this little Rut-cation is, like I said, there's one buck and one buck in particular, and we call him Halo. And I'm not saying that there's not another buck out there that might change my mind. I'd be, similar in size to Halo. Talking to neighbors and stuff, there's several good 10 points running around and different bucks. So, not saying there's no other deer out here, but Halo is the goal. And we're kind of on the west end of our farm. If you look, Halo's living out that direction. Not really, he's living off of ours, to be honest. I think his main core area is actually just off ours to the northwest. But last several years during the rut, he spends a lot of time on ours, chasing and whatnot. So that's where he's visiting ours. Unfortunately, lately we've had a lot of east and southeast winds, and he's entering our property from the northwest. And the way that it's set up down there, with those east-southeast winds and him kind of coming from the northwest, makes it tough. So this morning I actually sat the south end of the farm, kind of out of the game for Halo, but I thought it'd be the safer bet. So we're going to get after this. We're going to pull this card. We're going to go pull another one by the river. Then I'm going to try and sneak in, hopefully very quickly, and get the card that we got the pictures of Halo on, and get that card and see if he's been back through there. I know from the neighbors where they saw him kind of what he's been doing, which is similar to what a lot of deer do. So whether he's on that camera or not, I know he's down there. So we'll grab this camera here and we'll get out of here. You can see camera's there. My father-in-law's blind is right up in there. So there's the camera there. So this back corner of this field, it's all bedding kind of behind the camera now. So this back corner is a pretty good spot. I actually have a tree stand up in these woods right in here. So we'll grab this card and get out of here. Well, we got that card swapped. We're heading back now. I'll wrap this video up, but we'll see if I check that other card and have any Halo pictures. I'll drop them in this video as I put it together. But like I said, the goal of this week, I got a whole week. We got 2 days of rain. Today's Sunday. Monday and Tuesday are supposed to rain pretty much all day, and it's supposed to be like real rain, not like drizzles or whatever. It's supposed to rain. So we'll see how that goes. But then I have the rest of the week. So today, we'll see what happens Monday, Tuesday, and I got through the weekend if I need it to get this done. So hopefully we'll bring you some footage. And if we're really lucky, we'll bring you some hero shots grabbing those antlers of old Mr. Halo. But we're going to have a good time regardless. We're going to hunt a lot. There's those rubs again. And a little scrape. But we're going to hunt a lot. With these southeast winds, east and southeast winds, I don't have a really good spot, unfortunately, for that right in that area. I have good other spots, like where I sat this morning, but I don't have any great spots for what Halo's doing. So I didn't want to sit all day today because if I went down there and sat, it's too risky, I think. And then sitting where I sat, it would have been hard to sit all day knowing that I wasn't in the game for the one deer I'm after. So I figured I'd come up, check these cards, which are done. I'm gonna get back, check these pictures, and then we'll suit up and head out. I do have my lone wolf and stick, so I can set up kind of on the go if I need to, which might be an option. I'm gonna weigh my option after I look at these cards, but either way, we're gonna be chasing this nice buck for the next several days, and I'm excited. So hopefully you'll see more footage coming up soon. Thanks for watching, appreciate it. Like I said, stay tuned. Hopefully we'll get you some nice buck footage here.